person Muhammad lived. Muhammad can be verified. Muhammad, you can say, Muhammad was from this village, and you get to the village and you find that of a truth that there was a man who one time that was running around in a certain place or whatever, or in Mecca or whatever, running around all the whole places, doing whatever he wants to do, and etc. So I have looked into Islam, not maybe few months. I don't think it's more than 1 month. But my conclusion was that I want to know whether the hierarchy of Islam, which is Muslim, I'm not talking in a way of God or something. Okay? Because Buddha didn't talk about God. Buddha only teach about what you can do to be better. Okay? So, but Muhammad introduced us about himself and tell us that there is somebody higher than him. But I am not going towards the person higher than him. I am focusing on the man called Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad, just like Buddha, may peace be upon Buddha, Shakamu Buddha, Gautam Buddha, he existed. Muhammad, may peace be upon him, he existed on this planet Earth. And he died Christianity and Judaism. Now I repeat, Shakamu Buddha, Buddhism, the founder of Buddhism, truly walked on this planet Earth, truly existed. The founder of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, truly walked on this planet Earth. Now I'm going to deal with Judaism. Judaism, the founder of Judaism, which is supposed to be Moses. There is no historical evidence that there was a man called Moses. It can be proven. Everything is by just we said it, accepted, because there was a certain book that said it. And after that book, there is no another book that can verify whether you are telling me the truth. And you have to understand that book came in result because there had been a foreign occupation of that land. That's why the book came out. So without the foreign occupation, those books will not appear. You have to reason, you have to think different. So there is no historical evidence, even though they try to tell you, stories and stories and stories and stories and stories and stories. When you look into those stories, for example, the creation, that God just woke up in the morning, create man and woman, doesn't make sense, because Egyptians has been living 20, 30, 40,000 years before the story of the Bible. And Ra has been ruling Egypt 40, 50,000 years before the Bible. Ra was there. The king of Egypt was there. Big country, ruling, military, food, science, everything. They have their religion. All of a sudden, somebody came out of their house, stayed 40 years in the bush, and brought the same book that is written in the 42 laws of Ma'at. No be juju be that. Is that not a magic? That means something that you would have learned in primary school, you went to university to learn it. Is it not stupidity? It doesn't make sense. So to me, there is no historical evidence, there is no any proven fact that Moses existed. Moses is the founder of Judaism, and Jesus is the founder of Christianity. As I was in Judaism, also I spent over 30 years in Christianity. And if you watch the picture at the background, you will see me teaching and preaching in the church. You can see it there. It's not, you can see me, you can see the Psalms that we are reading in the church as they were singing. I was coming in, about to come to start to preach. There is no a historical evidence. There is no any proven evidence to prove that Jesus was a human being, whether black one or white one. There was no evidence that will prove, that will show you that there is one somebody called Jesus, because Jesus is not a name. Because Hebrew doesn't answer Jesus. If you want to start from there, Hebrew doesn't answer Christ. So there is no historical evidence proving to show you that there was a man called Jesus Christ. There is no historical evidence proving to show you that there was a man called Yehoshua, because I am among the people that created it, that name. There is no evidence, or it's just assumption. If because the European occupied us, it's supposed to be white, black people, then black people doesn't bear this kind of name. It's supposed to be in Hebrew. And even in those days, the people doesn't speak Hebrew, they speak Aramaic. You know what I mean? And Jesus is not Aramaic. So, as somebody that has transcended the mind, looked into religion, studied it, you can see the teaching of Jesus based on what Paul says, not on what the apostle says. Apostles supposed to be the ones that were close to Jesus. But the teaching of Jesus Christ was mainly on what Paul said. And you have to understand, the Paul that we are talking was not Paul. It was Josephus. And the Josephus was adopted son of the Flavians. When they raided Egypt, they took one of their historians, one of the learned man in the land, because white people came and dwell and become somebody who is expert in whatever that is happening in the land. As they were leaving back to go and become the leader of Rome, because the king that was ruling Rome that time has died. So they what's the name? Cyprus or whatever. One man has his son, I forgot his name. So they gathered up the army and went to take over Rome, because the one ruling Rome had just passed away. And as they were going, they took Josephus, a writer, a brilliant man. All the whole document they found in Egypt and all those territory, he was the one that combined them. And this is how it came Christianity. Everything put what Josephus said. If you read the writing of Paul, he said, oh, but I forgot that quote. It says, O Theophilus, this is a league that we have made, O Theophilus. This is a league, that is agreement. This is our agreement. This is a league. This is our decision that we have made, O Theophilus, that all that Jesus began to teach and do, this is the league that we have made, O Theophilus. At the end of the day, you find out that you see by the agreement that was made in Turkey, I think 318 Roman generals, leaders met in Turkey, made a league from Christianity. And who was among that man is Josephus and the Flavian. The Flavian was the bishop also. You know, in those days, who they get bishop are the most powerful people. That means you are bishop of Germany. Means that there are military, but you are in charge of the military. You are civilian in charge of the military, but you are bishop. When you're a bishop doesn't mean that you don't have a wife or you don't have a family. You have a family, but you have been given the spiritual. That means you are in charge. You are the one signing out every document. So finally, there is no historical evidence apart from what is written in the Bible. And there will be no Jesus without Paul. And there will be no Josephus without, and there will be no Paul without Josephus. Because everything that was written in the Bible is according to Josephus. Even the Jewish scholars, everything is Josephus. Josephus said that. Josephus says that. Josephus said that. Remember, no Hebrew answered Josephus. No Hebrew answered Titus. No Hebrew answered Theophilus. No Hebrew with S. You have to understand, these were the truly ndị ọcha ka ndị ọcha nọ na the land na-achị ndị half caste. Na-achị ndị half caste amụrụ na for over 600 years ndị egbufuru. Ndị ọcha ka na-achịkwa ha. Ndị dark skin ka na-ebugharị ha na as servant. Ndị ọcha esi Rome kpọta ka na-achịkwa ha. So as an working the one that was in Christianity, that used to have a church, that used to teach Jesus, there is no historical evidence, there is no proof that will show me that there was a man called Christ. There was a man called Christ. Christ is Christos. Christos is the God of the Greek. Because the God of the Greek exists, but I'm not talking about God today. I'm talking only the prophet, the ones that found all those religions. So, as I'm working with one of the Biafran people, it's my in-depth on those four religions. Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, existed. The founder of Islam, Muhammad, existed. The founder of Judaism, Moses, never walked on this planet Earth. It's a fiction. You cannot verify it, you cannot identify it. There is no fact, it's only them say. There is no evidence to show you that that man existed. Because if that man existed, you wouldn't have heard in Egypt that the daughter of Amen-Ra, goddess of Ma'at, said, I has that 42 laws of Ma'at. It means God is copying each other. Because Amen-Ra was found as God of Egypt. The daughter is the goddess and had that principle. And Egypt has been following that principle for thousands of years. More than 10,000 years before Europeans come into that land. And after 600 years, somebody went to the mountain and received the same thing that is written in the Egyptian book of the Dead. And if you look into the Bible, in most of Old Testament, Psalms, Ecclesiastes, if you look in Ezra, most of that thing, we are talking about the God of Iran, Zoroaster and Zoroaster. They changed all those things. There was a place that Saras said, I have called you by the name. It was talking about the king of Iran. Talking about king of Iran. It wasn't talking about Israel. Talking about king of Iran. I have called you by the name. You're going to do this. And you have to understand, all these people are still talking about liberation, physical liberation. Because Europeans are still coming in their land. So the prophets are prophesying that there will be somebody called Cyrus. I think Cyrus or something. That's going to go and liberate. They're going to go and build the temple in Palestine because the land was still under occupation of Ndolcha. Wake up your mind. I thank Chukwukika Abiyama that I didn't go to university. I would have been an idiot. You, Gana University, with all this information, what with faith aside? If I am walking by faith, I wouldn't have been here. I would still be in Christianity. If I love money, I would still be in Christianity because I would have made billions.